Hi there, welcome to this Sunday edition of This Is Exclusive as security forces register a major win in their fight against Naxals, eliminating 16 of them today in Chhattisgarh. The state's Deputy Chief Minister Vijay Sharma joins us live with a lowdown on what's happening on the ground in an exclusive chat. And then we go to another exclusive, which is a report from the ground where we have our own team in Kathmandu covering the pro-royalty or pro-monarchy protests in the Himalayan kingdom. All that and more, let's get going with the headlines. At least 16 Maoists killed in an encounter with the security forces in Chhattisgarh's Sukma. Home Minister Amit Shah hails the success of security forces in a major anti-Maoist operation. Shah says that weapons can't bring change. Clashes during pro-monarchy protests in Nepal's Kathmandu. Cars set on fire, shops looted, 2 killed and 45 injured. Curfew now being lifted from the Nepalese capital. And the Nepal cabinet decides to revoke former King Gyanedra's state privileges and even consider cancelling his passport. A special CBI court in Chandigarh today acquitted Justice Nirmal Yadav, booked for receiving rupees 15 lakh cash while serving as a judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court in 2008. All right, welcome friends. As I mentioned, 17 Maoists in fact eliminated in a major security operation in Chhattisgarh's Sukma. And while the Union Home Minister has spoken and commended the courage and strategy shown by the security forces in tackling the menace, we are being joined in by state's Deputy Chief Minister, who's also the Home Minister of the state, Mr. Vijay Sharma. Very good evening to you, Mr. Sharma. We have spoken earlier also on this. How big is the present operation and the success insofar as your overall fight against Naxalism is concerned?
Actually, this is very fixed target. The time is fixed and everything is fixed. We are knowing now who are there in which village. Means the person from a village who is gone over there, keeping the gun and roaming all around the jungle. We are now very keen to those all things. And the thing which is, especially in Sukma today morning, which has happened in Kerala Pal, this thing, Thana area. So it is a big achievement. And I think that especially in Sukma, Bijapur, and Narayanpur. 3 districts are major districts now, which are even more affected. So gradually we'll be achieving the goal that in the March 2026, everything will be cleaned up and peace and calm will come there in the Bastar.
Right.
You will be able to sit beside the Indravati river so very soon, I think.
Okay, 2 questions, Mr. Sharma. I'll ask them one by one. One, you said that everything is marked, fixed, and the time is also known, place is also known. How is it possible? You know, I read somewhere you made a statement that for 85 days, you have set targets, some numbers also given, I believe, of Naxals that have to be eliminated per day. I mean, how can you fix that kind of target? Like, is it intelligence-based? Is it about putting pressure on the security forces? What is it?
It's not so. Intelligently, the intelligence is being used. The modern technology, all sorts of technologies, even the satellite imagery and all kind of sensors, drones, everything is being used. And by achieving by targeting perfectly the place where the Naxals are gathered, and according to that, so in so many directions, means so many camps now we are having inside the jungles, and from different camps they go towards the target and then they hit And finally, we get this kind of success continuously after coming in the government in 1.5 years, nearly 1.5 years, if you say, the kind of success being achieved, it's on the basis of the technology we are using.
Right, Mr. Sharma, but also in today's operation, the cache of arms that has been recovered, it includes AK-47s, it includes INSAS rifles, it includes SLRs. From where are these Naxals getting these kind of arms and ammunition, really, if you would have obviously sealed the borders?
So many things are there. I mean, it's not only this one. I'll say this thing. Some economic base they are having, some financial base they are having, some urban base they are having, some sort of the legal base also they are having. The supply chain is there they are having. So INSAS, AK-47, or you see means the SLR or any kind of the modern and the advanced weapon they are getting. It's all through all links they are having. But we are working on all those, each and every link they have. So I think that all together, the conclusion, the result will come in proper time.
We have a follow-up question on this. Who are these people who are providing these supply lines, the supply chains, the legal support, the money, and this ammunition to these Naxals in that hinterland back of beyond place? Like somebody is providing them from within the country, is it?
I could not hear, please.
I was asking Mr. Sharma, you mentioned about the supply lines, the supply chains that these Naxals have, the monetary support they get, even legal aid they get. Obviously, somebody is providing them from within the country. Who are these forces? Who are these elements who are supporting Naxals?
It's very clear to you also, I think. The urban Naxals you see. The people who are shouting and beside there. And the people who do not see the victims who are by the IED blasts or by the Naxals. All those victims, they do not see about them, but they just see what is happening with the Naxalists.
Right.
So all the thing, according to that only, I say that those all people are being identified. We are working on that.
Okay, you have identified some of the urban Naxals. You're working on that. My last question to you, Mr. Sharma. 11,000 kilometers of roads built. I was reading somewhere 2,500 plus mobile towers put across those forests and mountains. And I believe by December this year, you would have 100% of Chhattisgarh covered through mobile telephony. Is that what gives you the confidence that Union Home Minister announced that by March of next year, all Naxalism would be eliminated?
All the Naxalism will be eliminated by the March of 26. It's announced by the Union Home Minister. And also we are chasing the same sort of thing. 577 mobile towers has been established till now by after the Vishnudev Sai comes into the power. And so many other things, new roads are being prepared or being built, pulls are being built, big bridges are being built. Everything is happening over there. So many villages are there where we could not have so far, and now we are identifying the village. We are identifying the families and the individuals. We are supplying the government schemes to them. So each and every point is being taken care of.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Vijay Sharma. That's Chhattisgarh's Home Minister and, of course, also Deputy Chief Minister, giving us a lowdown on how the government is prepared and carrying out these operations, which are essentially intelligence-based with all those Naxal elements marked out in those territories of Chhattisgarh. On that note, we in fact go to Sukma now, where we are joined in by reporter Gaurav Tiwari. He's there on the ground in Sukma. गौरव, हमें बताएं कि अभी की परिस्थिति सुकमा में कैसी है और आज ये जो इतना बड़ा ऑपरेशन हुआ है जिसमें 17 नक्सलियों को उड़ा दिया गया है, उसके बाद से सिक्योरिटी फोर्सेस कॉन्फिडेंट हैं, उनका आत्मविश्वास प्रबल है कि बहुत जल्द इस पर पूरी तरीके से काबू पा लेंगे?
जी, जैसे केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने मार्च 2026 तक बस्तर से नक्सल समस्या खत्म करने की बात कही है और जल्द नक्सल समस्या को खत्म करने के लिए लगातार जो है सुकमा जिला के साथ साथ पूरे बस्तर संभाग की जो फोर्स है वो नक्सलियों के गढ़ पे जा रही है। और इसी के दौरान आज केरलापाल का जो क्षेत्र है वहां पर जो है नक्सलियों के होने की सूचना मिली थी, जिसके बाद डीआरजी जो यहाँ की लोकल फोर्स है, बता दूं आपको, क्योंकि डीआरजी यहाँ जो स्थानीय लोग होते हैं उनके साथ में उनका संबंध होता है और उनके जो भाषाएं होती है वो उनसे मैच खाती है, क्योंकि जो सीआरपीएफ की टीम होती है उनको दिक्कत होती है लोकल ग्रामीणों से बात करने में, लेकिन जो डीआरजी की जो टीम होती है वो ग्रामीणों से चर्चा करके स्पॉट तक पहुंच सकती है। तो जब आज गोगुंडा और उप्पमपल्ली के जो पहाड़ों में 25 नक्सलियों होने की जो सूचना मिली थी, उसके बाद डीआरजी के जवानों ने रात भर गश्त करके सुबह उस घटना स्थल पर पहुंचा और सुबह पहुंचते ही वहां पर नक्सली और पुलिस की ओर से फायरिंग होने लगी, जिसमें 17 नक्सली जो है आज मारे गए हैं। और ये निश्चित ही सुकमा जिले के जो पुलिस के जवान हैं उन्हें बड़ी सफलता मिली है और जवानों को काफी यहाँ पे हौसला अफजाई करते हुए पुलिस के आला अधिकारी भी देखने को मिले कि काफी उन्होंने उनका हौसला बढ़ाया और लगातार नक्सलियों के गढ़ में अब जवान घुस रहे हैं। नक्सलियों के गढ़ में जो है कैंप खोला जा रहा है। तो नक्सली समस्या जो है, जिस प्रकार से केंद्रीय गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने जो एक डेडलाइन दिया हुआ है, निश्चित ही जिस प्रकार से पुलिस काम कर रही है, जल्द हो सकता है कि क्षेत्र से नक्सल समस्या खत्म हो जाए।
All right, that's Gaurav Tiwari from Sukma and bringing us details about how the security agencies carried out the operation overnight and got to those Naxals and succeeded in eliminating them. Moving on, and amidst the ongoing Justice Verma Cash Rao, a special CBI court in Chandigarh acquitted Justice Nirmal Yadav, retired Justice Nirmal Yadav, who was booked for receiving rupees 15 lakh cash while serving as a judge of the Punjab and Haryana High Court way back in 2008. The verdict coming in after 17 years. The special CBI judge, Alka Malik, pronounced the order, and the case pertains to the time in 2008 when a peon of the then sitting judge of Punjab and Haryana High Court with similar sounding first name, Justice Nirmal Kaur, filed a complaint that a bag of rupees 15 lakhs cash was delivered at Justice Nirmal Kaur's residence. And there was later there were some arrests made and there were some questions asked. The case was transferred to the CBI. And according to the prosecution, the bag was meant to be delivered to Justice Nirmal Yadav. But today she stands acquitted, as also 4 others who had been made accused, including the then Additional Advocate General, Mr. Bansal, who's actually no more. He passed away a few years back. And now we are being joined in by Mr. Vivek Subba Reddy. He's president of the Karnataka High Court Bar Association. Very good evening to you, Mr. Reddy. And, this development comes, as I mentioned, while we are wondering what has exactly happened in the Justice Verma Cash Rao, who put those bundles of cash that were gutted in the fire in the outhouse of Justice Verma. And now, in a throwback to 2008, when in a similar manner, rupees 15 lakhs at that time, which was not a small amount, was delivered at the residence of a High Court judge, mistaking Nirmal Kaur for Nirmal Yadav. And today, Nirmal Yadav has been acquitted. 17 years, as you are a lawyer, you would say, it's almost like a rape without prosecutrix, or is it, finding a body without murder? What do you call it? I mean, 17 years and we are not wiser as to who put that 15 lakh rupee kickback at the doors of Justice Nirmal Kaur, which was actually, according to prosecution, meant for Justice Nirmal Yadav, who stands acquitted today.
Well, I think the first thing is it is a sad reflection of our system. that it takes 17 years to prosecute a judge in whose house money was found and at whose doorstep 15 lakhs was found. Well, it's a scary situation, because if this is the manner in which judges are prosecuted, then perhaps Yashwant Verma's case, if at all, it moves to a criminal court after preliminary investigation, would be decided by the next 17 years, which is 2042. I think so, if our calculations
That's unfortunate.
are correct. That is 2035 is 10 years plus 7 years, 2042. And what justice is there? Isn't it so absurd, illogical to believe that one can give justice only in the year 2042? Or a 2008 case gets decided in India in 2005 at the first original stage. That's why I think it's high time that we demand, the advocates of India, the presidents of the leaders of the bar, the leaders at Supreme Court, at least we demand that just as MP, MLA's cases are being decided, there is a deadline of 1 year and there is a special court. Judges case must also be given to a special court. There never used to be a judge's catch-all case, but suddenly there are judges' catch-all cases now. And this has happened in 2008, this has happened now, and it is shocking. I don't think we can ever accept this in our system. At least there are days, we have got habituated to those days when an officer is found with cash, when ministers are found with cash, when MLAs are found with cash and they are prosecuted. We've got habituated to that. So it's no longer shocking. But to find judges having cash at their doorstep, at their houses, what sort of a reflection is this of our system?
Yeah.
Why doesn't the Supreme Court wake up?
Yeah.
Why doesn't the Supreme Court constitute a constitution bench to bring in safeguards for our judiciary?
Yeah,
I think it's high time that this is done.
You make a good point that, like in the case of MPs and MLAs, cases against judges should be, prosecuted and the trial carried out in a time-bound manner. 17 years is too long. But can we shield the Justice Verma episode from this kind of recurrence? What needs to be done? Can we learn lessons from this and do something in the present instance?
Yes, I think about 3 days ago when we were in the Supreme Court, when we met the collegium, one of the issues, the presidents of 6 bar associations, I was one of them in that delegation, presidents of Allahabad, Gujarat, Jabalpur and Kerala were there. We insisted, just President of Lucknow was there, we insisted that a constitution bench must sit on this issue and must plan safeguards. There is so much of intelligence that one can gather insofar as corruption amongst the judiciary is concerned, wherever it is there. And that intelligence must be collated and effective safeguards must be implemented, must be set in motion. Otherwise, this is going to collapse. This is already collapsing. At least we know that a substantial portion of judges are honest. It is good. It's a credit to our system that there is good quality of justice. There are good justice, but there are bad apples. And how are we going to deal with them? The bad apples are going to get more in days to come. And if nothing is done, if Supreme Court is just firefighting this incident, well, it doesn't take us far. This will ultimately land up in Nirmal Yadav's case. The Chief Justice will not be there, will not be in control of this case. Once he retires, another Chief Justice will come. Then it passes on from the Chief Justice to different Chief Justices. And there is hardly any control. This is a forgotten case. We don't want this to happen. It's our judiciary. These are our institutions. We want them to serve the people of this country. A rich man is as equal as a common man in our system of judicial dispensation. I think it's high time. That's why we are saying the Allahabad president was in touch with me today. We are going to have a conference.
Yeah, 17 years and both the judges have already retired long time back, I believe, between 2011 and 2014 or something. And in fact, one of the accused even passed away. I mean, that's the state of affairs. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Mr. Reddy, for joining us. Moving on to our third story, where we are getting you an exclusive from Kathmandu in Nepal, where 2 people have been killed and dozens injured after protests broke out calling for the restoration of Nepal's monarchy. And those protests ended up in clashes with police, clashes with political opponents. Thousands of protesters had rallied in the capital from Thursday onwards, leading to clamping down of curfew in the Nepalese capital. And we have Sagar joining us live from Kathmandu. And Sagar, अभी की परिस्थिति कैसी है? क्या कर्फ्यू उठ गया है? और आपको लगता है कि जो नेपाल के राजघराने को वापस लाने के लिए और जो राजा ज्ञानेंद्र वीर विक्रम शाह हैं उनको वापस लाने के लिए जो एक प्रक्रिया चल रही है वो अभी भी चलती रहेगी या अभी रुक गई है फिलहाल?
देखिए अभिषेक, बिल्कुल अगर हम बात करें अभी कुछ देर पहले जहां पर घटनास्थल थी वहां पर हम खड़े थे, वहां से लगातार जो आर्मी के जवान है, पुलिसकर्मी हैं, वो लगातार लोगों को हटा रहे हैं क्योंकि जैसे जैसे रात यहां पर हो रहा है इस संवेदनशील इलाके में माहौल यहां पर ना बिगड़े, लोगों को यहां से देखिए मूव ऑफ किया गया है। हम कुछ दूरी पर आकर इस समय खड़े हैं अभिषेक, हम उस देखिए कंपनी में भी गए जहां पर देखिए प्रदर्शनकारियों ने लगभग 25 गाड़ियों को आग के हवाले कर दिया था कल के दिन। कर्फ्यू में थोड़ी सी ढील यहां पर बेशक दी गई है काठमांडू में, लेकिन यहां के लोगों का यह कहना कि अभी भी हालात यहां पर कभी भी पैनिक हो सकते हैं, कभी भी यहां पर माहौल बिगड़ सकता है, इसीलिए इस समय सड़कों पर आर्मी के जवानों की तैनाती है। यहां पर देखिए पुलिस के जवान इस समय उतरे हुए हैं और कभी भी देखिए यहां पर जो लोग प्रदर्शन कर रहे थे वो फिर एक बार अपनी मांग को लेकर यहां पर उतर सकते हैं। काठमांडू की अगर बात करें, यहां पर सन 2008 में जिस तरह से राजशाही शासन का यहां पर उसको दरकिनार किया गया था, एक बार फिर लोग चाहते हैं कि उसी तरह से यहां पर हालात बने, यहां पर राजशाही शासन बरकरार हो अभिषेक, क्योंकि यहां पर लोगों का यह कहना कि भ्रष्टाचार, भुखमरी, गरीबी की देखिए दलदल में इस समय नेपाल जो है पूरी तरह से आ चुका है, इसीलिए लोग यहां पर बड़ा बदलाव यहां पर चाहते हैं और ये लोग यहां पर लगातार मांग कर रहे हैं। लोगों ने अपना सुर इस समय आवाज जो है बुलंद किया हुआ है हिंदू राष्ट्र की मांग को लेकर। बड़ी वजह यह भी कही जा रही है इसके पीछे, क्योंकि देखिए पिछले कुछ दिनों में जिस तरह से यहाँ पर हालात बिगड़े हैं, इसके पीछे जो मौजूदा यहाँ के शासन में देखिए यहाँ के पीएम है वो देखिए बड़ी वजह यहाँ पर बताए जा रहे हैं। लेकिन अभिषेक देखने वाली बात होगी क्योंकि आने वाले 7 दिन देखिए बहुत देखिए यहाँ पर क्रूशियल है नेपाल के लिए, क्योंकि 7 दिनों के बाद यहाँ पर फिर से प्रदर्शन जो है बहुत तेज हो सकता है। कल के दिन भी कई इलाकों में प्रदर्शन की तस्वीरें रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क दिखाएगा, जो इस समय केवल एकमात्र चैनल काठमांडू में मौजूद है और हर पल की अपडेट अपने दर्शकों तक पहुंचा रहा है। कल के दिन कई जगहों पर प्रदर्शन है, 7 दिनों का सरकार को अल्टीमेटम भी दिया गया है अभिषेक।
राइट, तो मतलब बात ये समझने की है सागर के जो राजनीतिक दल हैं, सत्ता और विपक्ष दोनों के, वो चाहते नहीं हैं कि किसी भी तरीके से ये राज परिवार, राजघराना और नेपाल में राजशाही वापस आए। तो यानी जो क्लैशेस हैं, जो टकराव है, वो तो कुछ दिन शायद और कुछ समय चल सकता है अभी काठमांडू और नेपाल में।
देखिए अभिषेक, कल सुबह जो है हमारा जो कारवां है रिपब्लिक मीडिया नेटवर्क का वो पहुंचेगा राजा के घर की तरफ। इस समय राजा को नजरबंद कर दिया गया है, राजा इस समय घर के अंदर नजरबंद है। कहा यह भी जा रहा है कि उनका वीजा, पासपोर्ट तक देखिए जब्त कर लिया गया है, ऐसे में कहीं भी वो जा नहीं सकते हैं। यहाँ की जो शासन प्रशासन है यहाँ के लोगों की देखिए आवाज को दबाना चाहती है। जो लोग सड़कों पर लगातार प्रदर्शन कर रहे थे, जो लोग आवाज लगातार बुलंद कर रहे हैं कि हिंदू राष्ट्र हो नेपाल, यहाँ पर लोग जो उतर गए सड़कों पर वो कह रहे हैं कि आवाज ये थमने वाली नहीं है और इसी तरह से यहाँ पर प्रदर्शन ये लगातार जारी रहेगा। लेकिन अभिषेक देखिए सभी की निगाहें इसीलिए आर्मी के जवानों की यहाँ पर तैनाती इसीलिए की गई है ताकि हालात जो है यहाँ पर जो है कंट्रोल में रहे, हालात सामान्य रहे। लगभग 5 से 6 जो यहाँ पर आर्मी के जवान है उनका डिप्लॉयमेंट लगभग काठमांडू के हर एक इलाकों में चारों कोनों में किया गया ताकि अगर लोग सड़कों पर उतरे तो उन्हें कंट्रोल किया जाए, क्योंकि 3 से 4 देखिए जो यहाँ पर घर है, जो दुकानें हैं, जो गाड़ियां, उनको आग के हवाले कर दिया गया। लोगों का बहुत ज्यादा नुकसान भी हुआ है और आर्थिक रूप से देखिए जो कमजोर नेपाल है वहां पर इस तरह की अगर हिंसा होगी तो देखिए और भी राष्ट्र कमजोर होगा। ये कहीं से भी यहाँ की शासन प्रशासन नहीं चाहती है। अभिषेक,
सागर, आप शायद नारायण हिती पैलेस के पास खड़े हैं, कहाँ खड़े हैं बताएं और थोड़ा दर्शकों को दिखाएं कि इस समय काठमांडू में कैसी परिस्थिति है।
देखिए बिल्कुल, अभी अगर हम बात करें तो यहाँ का दृश्य हम दिखाएं। कर्फ्यू में देखिए थोड़ी सी यहाँ पर ढील यहाँ पर दी गई है। आसपास के देखिए जो लोग हैं हम निकलने लगे हैं घरों को, लेकिन कल सुबह जो है फिर से सड़कों पर इसी तरह से फोर्स की तैनाती रहेगी। भैया, काठमांडू में जो हालात आपने देखिए कभी देखे थे ऐसे?
अब ये क्या बोले,
जो कल आपने यहाँ प्रदर्शन देखा, ऐसा प्रदर्शन कभी देखा था आपने?
ये नहीं, पहले भी हुआ तो था, लेकिन
तो जो लोग हिंदू राष्ट्र की मांग कर रहे हैं वो लग रहा है कि अभी फिर से सड़कों पर उतरेंगे।
अब ये सब अभी जो सत्ता में लोग हैं ना उन्हीं की
है, जो लोग सत्ता में वही लोग कर रहे हैं।
अच्छे नहीं है।
अच्छा,
अच्छे नहीं, इसी के जनता संतुष्ट नहीं है उन लोगों के। वो जो
कोशिश कर रहे हैं अभिषेक की हिंदी बोलने की, इनका ये कहना है कि जो लोग सत्ता में वो बेहतर नहीं है और यही वजह है कि यहाँ के लोग जो है सड़कों पर हैं, प्रदर्शन कर रहे हैं। ये प्रदर्शन अभी उग्र होगा। कल सुबह देखिए जब हम पहुंचेंगे राजा के घर की तरफ, वहां की भी तस्वीर दिखाएंगे। लेकिन कई जो गाड़ियां जो आग के हवाले हैं उनके मालिक काफी परेशान है। वो लगातार ये कह रहे हैं कि आखिर अब इसकी भरपाई अब कैसे होगी। अभिषेक,
चलिए, उग्र होने की संभावना। द प्रोटेस्ट इन काठमांडू इन सपोर्ट ऑफ रिटर्न ऑफ मोनार्की could get louder and intense going forward, and that's why we have sent Sagar there reporting for you live exclusively for the viewers of Republic Network. And with that we come to an end of this bulletin. This is exclusive Saturday edition. Short break and trending is back on the other side.